Starting off with the non-cube items, we have a 3cc bottle of FC Calm. So this is just some lube, and it's meant to slow your cubes down, and I think it's pretty good. Let's move on to the next thing. The second non-cube item we have here is the Cubicle 2024 Blue Mini Mat, and I think it looks really good. I like all the different shades of blue, and I like how the Cubicle logo is outlined. So this is just like this white mat I have here, but it's blue, and you might see this as the mat in some of my videos now. For the last non-cube item, we have the GAN Standard Halo Timer. And so you just turn it on by pressing the button. And it's a rechargeable timer. You can plug it in there. It comes with a cord. So you don't need to have batteries for it. You just need the cable. And then, if you press this button twice, and keep on pressing it twice, it'll show you the average of all your last 5 solves. Now let's start getting into the cubes. First off, we have this $3 mystery puzzle that's a keychain Ivy cube. And it's just a normal Ivy cube, but smaller. And it's very sandy. But it was just a $3 mystery puzzle, so what do you expect? This cube is the Melu Alfu 7x7 WRM, the Mystic version. So, it's a 7x7, but it's pretty small. When I first got it, I was thinking, whoa, these pieces are really small compared to my MGC 7x7. So, the colors are pretty nice, but right here, there's like a dent in the white center cap. I don't know if that makes it not WCA legal or not, but the turning is very good, and it's my new main 7x7. It helped me get my PB of 6 minutes and 38 seconds. I know, I'm pretty bad at 7x7. And it's very smooth, but also very controllable. Let's move on to the next cube. Next up, we have the GAN 356ME UV coated. So let's open it up. This cube does have UV coating and magnets, but no corner-to-core magnets. And when you turn it, it's not exactly smooth, but it's not clacky. It has a sort of strange feeling to it. And so, with the adjustment system, you can make it either 1, 2, or 3. 3 being the tightest, I believe, and 1 being the loosest. I have it on 2, which is in the middle. So, it's a good cube if you're on a budget. I think it's about $25 or $30. So, it's a good cube, but I wouldn't main it. Let's go to the next cube. Here we have the Chi Blue Clock, and I think it looks very good. So, the turning is pretty fast and uncontrollable, but I can still get some good times. And apparently they have a new magnet scheme for this clock than the white and black clock, but I don't even notice it. I do think the red of those little 12 o'clock things are kind of ugly with the blue, but it's okay. One thing I'm thinking about doing to this clock is doing what I did to my other clock, where I take the black dials that were on the white side and put them on the black side. So then it's all black on one side and all white on one side. So one side of this clock will look like this, and then the other side will be all blue. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that, but let's move on to the next cube. Here we have the Rubik's Squish Cube, and I think it's only available at Walmart. So it's squishy like a stress ball, but it can still turn. It doesn't have the best turning, and you lock up a lot, but how it works is, if I can take out an edge, there's the squishy stuff on the outside, but then on the inside it's plastic that's connected to a core, so it can actually turn while the outside is still soft. So you know, you can throw it, bang it on your head, and it won't hurt. Next up, we have the Tornado V3 Firefly Edition. So this cube was released around June or July of last year, so it's a pretty old cube. But I think it turns better than the Tornado V3. Now, I didn't sticker it because I think it looks better not stickered. And I just like to turn it without stickers, so I can just not have to worry about solving it. But this cube comes with so many accessories. It comes with a Tornado V3 bag, a cleaning cloth, a wristband with the scramble, I think, of the one-handed world record single set by Juan Patrick Villanueva. And then here are the stickers with a cool logo and a signature of Juan Patrick Villanueva. And here's just a pamphlet. And here's another pamphlet on how to solve it. And then you have the setting tool. And you have a keychain of Juan Patrick Villanueva. And also, it comes with a credit card that I put up here. And it just talks about the times of the world records of one-handed and stuff. And then it says some stats about him. So let's move on to the next thing. For the next cube, we have the Moyu Outrong V6 5x5, just a single track. So this cube, I think, is outstanding. Now, it doesn't have any UV coating or anything. Nothing fancy, just has magnets. And I haven't even tensioned it at all. And I think it is the perfect tensions. So this cube, I think it is really good. And the turning is amazing. It helped me get a lot of sub 2 minute solves on 5x5. And I think it is so much better than my old main 5x5, the Meilong V5. No, not V5. The Meilong 5x5M. Now, this cube, I thought it was okay. But now turning it, it feels terrible. It feels way slower and a lot more locky. So this cube is just about $10 more than the Meilong 5x5. So I think it's worth it. Here we have the Yuxin Limited Edition Purple Megaminx. And so I only stickered half the sides because I was getting a lot of sticker mistakes. Like here, that sticker is kind of scuffed. But I think it looks equally as good with the stickers and without. So sometimes I have it displayed like this, but sometimes I have it displayed like this. The turning isn't the best. It's kind of tight and locks up sometimes. And it takes a little bit of effort to turn. But I think it looks pretty good. So let's move on to the next thing. Next up, we have a Pyraminx, which is my favorite WCA event. And it's the Yushin Little Magic Pyraminx. Now, I didn't want to get one because I was worried that they'd be destroyed. Because I've heard Yushin's quality control is really bad. So, if you turn it, sometimes it can feel really locky. But sometimes it can feel really good. Now, I average about low 4s, high 5s on Pyraminx. So, this cube, it brought me down from averaging around mid 6s. So, I think it's pretty good. And it's even cheaper than my old main. This is the Angstrom Weilong WRM V9. And it's the cube I used in my solving a cube across Florida. And I'm pretty sure it has maglev, edge repelling magnets, corner to core magnets, and UV coating. It's pretty shiny. And it also has normal magnets, of course. But while I was at the Coral Castle, I dropped it, and this corner broke. But don't worry, guys, I did get a new one, and I might include it in this unboxing if it comes on time. But this cube is unbelievably good. It's really fast, while also being really controllable. However, M moves on this cube are really fast. Just with one flick, I can do an M3. So I don't really like doing H-firms on this cube. But this cube, despite that, is really good. And I got a new one because I'm pretty sure this isn't WCA legal. But let's move on to the next cube. This is the GAN Megaminx V2 UV coated. And so it's set up with the FC line. And when you turn it, it feels kind of slow, but you can still turn fast and get good times. No, I mean, you can still turn slow and get good times. It helped me get my PB single on Megaminx of a 121, but I plus 2'd out of a 119. So, this cube has UV coating. It's pretty shiny, and it helps with grip. And I got the gray side one, but I wish I got the black side, because that's kind of what I'm used to. But even with my comps not having Megaminx coming up, I've wanted to learn more algorithms because of this cube. So, I've learned some like this one. And let's move on to the next cube. This is the Moyu Meilong 4x4M. And so, it's just a basic budget 4x4 with magnets. But out of the box, this cube is really tight and really clacky. So I loosened it by, I think, either half a screw or a full screw. And then I put some FC Rush and FC Calm in it. And this cube, it's my new main. So my old main was the mini YJ 4x4. And that cube, it wasn't as good as this one. This one, despite being $12, is really good. And even if you're on a budget, this cube, I think it could be your main. So, the colors are pretty good. And it helped me even get my new PB on 4x4 of a 44-second single. And helps me get lots of sub-1 singles too. On to the next cube. This cube is a Fisher cube, I think, that I got in my puzzle crate. And it's stickered. And it turns really sandy. But it's really confusing. Because if you look, these two colors are the same. And this corner only has 2 colors. And this edge only has 1 color. Now, I'm not going to scramble this because I'm afraid of not being able to solve it. Like I did with my 3x3x5 cuboid. And that didn't turn out good. But on to the final cube. This is the penguin cube. And I also got it in my puzzle crate. And it turns really smoothly. And I think that helped me get a 34-second solve on this. And this panda goes great with my... No, this penguin goes great with my panda. And they're best friends now. But this cube, I think it's a lot looser than the panda cube. And it feels lubed. But I don't know. Guys, I'm going to tell you a secret. I like this penguin more than the panda. Shh, don't tell the panda, okay? He can't know. Well, bye guys. That's the end of all the cubes that I got for Christmas. And I'll see you in the next video.